Hi there, it's Father Joshua here with this week's assembly. Today we're going to be talking about service again. Before we begin, we're going to play a little game, or you are. Turn to the person next to you, and the person who's sitting on the left, you have got to say something, make something up, and say, I need help with. Person on the right, you're going to say, I want to do. Here's an example. I need help hanging out the laundry. I've run out of socks. I want to sit in front of the TV and eat biscuits. So turn to the person next to you. Do that. I need, I want. And together decide which of your things is most important. And then swap round. So on the right, you're going to be I need. And then on the left, you'll be I want. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Off you go. Okay, time is up. What is service? We've talked a bit about it in the last few assemblies, but what is it? Service, or serving someone, is when you help someone with something they need help with, even if there's nothing in it for you, even if it's not what you want to do. So, I've got a few examples for you. I want you to put one hand up if you think it's an example of service, and 2 hands up if you think it's not an example of service. Okay, number 1. Remember, 1 hand for service, 2 hands for not service. Tom makes a deal with his mum that if he washes up after dinner, he can play on the PlayStation afterwards. Hands up. Service, not service. Well, not really service, because Tom's getting something out of it. He's doing it, but only because he gets to play the PlayStation afterwards. Okay, number 2. Jess is enjoying some time at break time reading when she looks over and sees someone trip over. Jess is enjoying some time reading at break time when she sees someone trip over in the corridor. She puts down her book and rushes over to help them. Service or not service? Service. She wants to help that person who's in need. So off she goes. Number 3. Chris's dad is cutting the grass in the garden one sunny Saturday. Chris goes out and offers to help gathering the cut grass to put it in the bin. Service or not service? Service. Because he's not been asked to do it. He's not been told that he'll get something if he does. He's just offering to go and help. Last one. Alice sees a poster saying that there's going to be a school litter pick. Anyone who takes part is going to get 5 house points and a chocolate bar. Alice signs her name up. What do we think? Service or not service? Well, that was a bit of a trick question for you because it's not really clear. We know that Alice is going to get a reward for doing the school litter pick. But it can still be service, even if you get something out of it. It's all about the motivations. If Alice signed up only because she wanted the Mars bar or the house points, then that wouldn't be service. But if she would have signed up anyway, then that's an example of service. That's the thing about service. Serving is helping someone with what they need, even if you don't get anything in return. Service is all about what we do for other people. So Tom washing up wasn't service because he did it so that he could play on his PlayStation. Alice signing up for the litter pick would only be service if she did it because the litter pick was important rather than just to get the chocolate. It's okay if you get a reward for doing something to help other people. It's even okay if you know you're going to get the reward. But service is when you would do that thing anyway. This term in our assemblies, we've heard a lot about serving and service. We've heard how Jesus washed the feet of his disciples. We've seen the lifetime of service given by Prince Philip. And last week, we saw how St. Francis of Assisi inspired monks and nuns to serve the poor. St. Francis and his followers and Prince Philip were both followers of Jesus, who said, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." And Jesus' followers, Christians, still follow the example of Jesus today. Sometimes they work in big organisations. For example, these men and women work in a group called the Jesuit Refugee Service. They work with people who have come to this country because their own country isn't safe for them to live in. And these people, the Jesuits, listen to their stories. They help them with food, clothing, friendship. They help them build a new life. Their organisation, the Jesuit Refugee Service, does lots of good things, not just here in Britain, but all around the world. Other people serve in a way which might look less exciting, but which is still really important. Meet my friend Vicky. She and some other people here in Kings Lynn are starting a service for people in our town who are feeling lonely. During the lockdowns we've had this past year, lots of people have said that they feel lonely and isolated because they can't see friends and family. Perhaps you felt this way when you've not been able to go into school. If you have, you're not alone. Lots of young people, and adults too, have felt this way. Often, they haven't had a reason to leave their home each day. And if they live on their own, well, this means they don't really see anyone at all. So my friend Vicky and some other people are starting a special project called Good Call. This project involves volunteers running a special phone line that people who feel isolated can call if they need someone to talk to. There are so many ways that all of us can live lives of service, whatever our age. I know that our schools do so many great things, especially for charities during Lent and harvest and other times too. That is an act of service, when we do things that don't necessarily reward us, but which help other people. What's important is the spirit behind what we do. It's the spirit that loves and cares for other people and which wants to help them. Jesus told his followers to love each other with the same love that he showed to them. We'll listen to a song now, and while we do, let's think about how we can live lives of service and love each other.
All the room was hushed and still, and when the bowl was filled, he stooped to wash their feet. And when it was complete, he said, "This is what I'm asking you to do. This is why I'm kneeling here beside you. This is what I want my church to be. This is what I want the world to see. Who it is you follow. Love each other, one another. Love each other in the way that I have loved you. Walk together, and whatever comes, love each other in the way that I have loved you. Let the room be hushed and still. Let us go to where he kneels and join him as he serves, and learn his ways of love. He said, "This is what I'm asking you to do. This is why I'm kneeling here beside you. This is what I want my church to be. This is what I want the world to see. Who it is you follow. Love each other, love each other, one another. Love each other in the way that I have loved you. Walk together, and whatever comes, love each other in the way that I have loved you. Love each other, one one another, love each other in the way that I have loved you. Walk together, and whatever comes, love each other in the way that I have loved you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that song, and that it gave you some time to think about how we can serve each other. I'm going to finish with a prayer now, so let's be quiet for a moment. Lord God, thank you for the example of service given by your followers around the world. Sometimes in big ways, sometimes in small ways, but always done out of love. Help us to follow their example and to put other people's needs first. Amen. It's been great to be with you all, and I'll be back very soon. Bye for now.